Hi everyone. I want to share with you today a story about an affirmation that I've been using since I was a little girl. And I've never shared this story with anyone ever before. But I want to share it with you because it is a great story about how affirmations can impact your life. And I only want to give you tools that work. And this is an example of how affirmations work. I have dyslexia. And if you're not familiar with that, it's basically when your brain manipulates words and letters differently. And so when I was a little girl in school, it was really frustrating for me, especially reading and spelling. And I was getting messages from my school at the time and teachers that the pace that I was at was not okay. I had a teacher tell me when I was like in 4th grade that getting through high school was going to be a real struggle for me to just get through high school. And it just broke my heart. I had just no confidence when it came to academics. And I felt very different. I felt like something was wrong with me. I'm not quite sure how I came up with this, but I know that my mom talked to me a lot about affirmations and kind of explained to me what they were and how they worked. And so I decided to create one for myself. And it was, I am smart. Because at the time I felt anything but that. I would say my affirmation, I am smart, I am smart. I would say it in the morning over and over again, and I would say it in my head at school constantly, and then I would say it at night, and sometimes I would write it down over and over and over again. And eventually I started to believe that it was true. What it did for me was help me to see that, dyslexia is part of me, but it wasn't all of me. I was so focused on what was wrong that I couldn't see all the other areas that I was actually doing really well in. So it gave me a great sense of perspective. And it also was so there for me. I had to work really hard in school to keep up. That affirmation just helped me work so much harder, and it helped me not give up. I used this affirmation all through high school, all through college, all through my master's program, and all through my clinical licensure. One time I had this really hard summer course in college, and it was, you go every day and you get tested every day, and it was really hard, and I was using my affirmation a lot, and I was studying a lot, and I started to get really good grades on the tests that we got daily, and some of my lab partner friends asked me if they could cheat off of me. And it was like flashback to this little 4th grader being told that she'd be lucky to make it through high school. And now I'm in the hardest college course that I have, and people want to cheat off me. I mean, this affirmation really works. I always had to take my papers to the writing center. Always. But I didn't do it one time in graduate school. And my teacher asked to meet with me to talk to me about my paper, and I knew that I had to cut a corner. And so I met with him, and he said, okay, we need to talk about your writing and your paper. And I said, okay, what part? And he goes, globally. Oh, professor, what part of my paper is bad? Oh, Cherisse, all of it. he was a great teacher, and I was so embarrassed when I left his office. But I just kept saying my affirmation, worked 3 times as hard on every paper I turned into him after that, and it was all good. But oh, it has been with me. That affirmation has been my real friend. And now, I look at my dyslexia as just a gift. I mean, it helped me learn to have compassion for myself and others. And it helped me learn good work ethic. And, it's one of the reasons I became a social worker and a counselor. And I'm so grateful for the way that I learn. And I know that I learn differently, but it's not different to me. It's perfect for me. I learn exactly the way that I should. And it all played out exactly the way that it should. So I hope this story got you excited to learn more about affirmations, to apply some affirmations in your life, because that's what we're going to be talking about for the next few videos. So stay tuned, and thank you so much for listening.